Good evening, children.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, children. Now, all of you share the images with me on WhatsApp. Whatever you've worked so far. Come on quickly. Only they'll stay in the meeting. The others will have to leave. Whatever you've written so far, children, you don't have, not necessary that you should have completed everything. Whatever you have done so far, please take pictures and share it with me on WhatsApp right away. I've received from Ramnathan and Sneha.
Ma'am, I'm working on it, ma'am. I'll send it to you, ma'am.
No. Whatever you've done so far. That's why I clearly mentioned that, no? Whatever you've written so far. Yeah, Ram and Sneha can stay back in the meeting. Yes, others?
The picture is loading, ma'am. 1 second.
Harini is also finished. Very good, see? Very good. Very good. Ram, Sneha and Harini, very, very good. See, some of you have just started writing now. Just wrote 1 or 2 and sharing the pictures. I can make out that. Okay, so this was sufficient time for you to take pictures and send whatever you've completed so far. So that means only Ram, Sneha and Harini. Only these 3 children have taken my instructions and worked out, started working out from the time I instructed. Why? Tarun, see, very bad, not expected.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not completed now.
No, but what, see, what don't you understand, all of you? Whatever you have completed so far. You've sent only 1 page, Ram, Tarun. See, some of us have just started working and sending me one by one. Very bad, very disappointing. Hitesh, Ananya, Deepika, Nandini, Priyanka, Rajarajeshwari, Shashmin never submits. Shreyas and Tarun Murali. Very bad. Very disappointing. Discipline is one very important key to success. Remember that. Anyways, I would have given you, after explaining, I would have given you time to write down in the class. So I had to, attend something very important, which I couldn't postpone. So I shared the pictures. I thought, okay, let me engage you. Anyways, you have to write down after I explain. So I thought I'd share the pictures, make you write all that, and then get back and explain them. Do not repeat this class. Right, we finished till here in the last class. We're continuing. Sixth one.
Ma'am, we have completed sixth one.
We finished the sixth one, is it? Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Harni and Sneha. Yeah, fine. So from here. All right. Show that the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end is a plus l. If the AP has n terms with first term a and nth term l. Show that the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end. The mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end is a plus l. If the AP has n terms with first term a and nth term l. Just tell me some AP children now, supposing 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 4, 13, plus 4, 17, plus 4, 21, plus 4, plus 4, 25, plus 4. So how many terms have we taken? A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7. Fine. Okay. What is the third term from the which is the third term from the beginning, children? Which is the third term from the beginning?
13.
Which is the third term from the end?
21, ma'am.
21. Okay, what is the sum? 34. What is the first term? 5. What is the last term? 29. 34. So the sum of the first and the last term is 34. The sum of the first and the last term is 34. And you can see that it is the same as the sum of the third term from the beginning and the third term from the end. 1 second. All right, children. So yeah, so I was telling you the sum of the first and the last term. A is 5 and L is 29. All right. A is 5, L is 29. The sum of the first and the last term is 34. Now the sum of the mth term from the beginning, that is the third term from the beginning, and the third term from the end is also 34. That is what the question means. Show that the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end, like the third term from the beginning and the third term from the end, is A plus L, is the same as the sum of the first and the last terms. We need to show that the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end, that sum is the same as the sum of the first and the last terms. Is the same as the sum of the first and the last terms. For example, here again, the second term from the beginning is 9. The second term from the end is 25. The sum is 34, which is the same as the sum of the first term and the last term, 5 plus 29. 34. The sum of the first and the last term is 5 plus 29, 34. It is the same. So the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end is the same as the sum of the first and the last terms. That is what is given. Now, one more thing is A1, A2, A3, A4, 1 minute. Now, supposing the AP has 45 terms. Supposing the AP has 45 terms. The third term from behind, the third term from behind is not 45 minus 3. The third term from behind is the 43rd term. The third term from behind is the 43rd term. But if we do 45 minus 3, that is the number of terms in this AP is 45 minus 3 because you're looking for the third term from the end. So minus 3, you get the 42nd term, but actually it's one more than that. It's the 43rd term. I have written A1, the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, like that goes on. 40th term, 41st term, 42nd term, 43rd term, 44th term, and the 45th term. All right. So now if you're looking for the third term from behind, the third term from behind, you know the third term from behind is the 43rd term, 43rd term. The total number of terms in this AP is 45. The third term from behind, minus 3. That's what we would do, right? 45 minus 3. You get 42, the 42nd term. But no, the 43rd term is the third term from behind, which means plus 1. So whenever you're trying to find a particular term from behind, say the fifth term from behind, it is 45 minus 5 plus 1. Or in other words, 45 minus 4. Take one less, subtract 1 less than what you want. Subtract 1 less than what you want. If you're looking for the fifth term from behind, either do 45 minus 5 because fifth term plus 1, or do 45 minus fifth term. No, so subtract only 4. 1 less you subtract. You either subtract 5 and add 1, or you subtract 1 less. You want the fifth term from behind, so subtract 4. 1 less you subtract 4. So it's the 41st term. So see the fifth term from behind, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is the 41st term. It is the 41st term. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. I just took this shit. Okay, if you're looking for the first term from behind, the first term from behind. Which is the first term from behind?
A45, ma'am.
A45. But actually what we would do for the first term from behind, so 45 terms minus 1, you will get 44th term. No. So it's one more than that, the 45th term. All right, I hope this is clear. Now, keep this in mind. The mth term from the beginning. See, we have, what should we find? We should find the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end. Let's do that. Let's find the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end. Okay, so the mth term from the beginning is a plus m minus 1 into d. From the beginning, right? So an, like an is a plus n minus 1 into d. So am is a plus m minus 1 into d, the mth term from the beginning. The mth term from the end. So what did we do? How did we find the mth term from the end? So supposing you want the 7th term from the end, 45 minus 7 plus 1. What is 45? The total number of terms. And minus, what is the 7? That mth term. You want some mth term from behind, no? That m plus 1. Please understand this. If you want the 7th term from behind, the 7th term from the beginning is a plus 7 minus 1 into d. If you want the 7th term from behind, it is the 7th term from behind is when there are 45 terms minus 7 plus 1. So this is 45 minus 7 is 38 plus 1, 39th term. The 39th term is the 7th term from behind. So what is
45 minus 7 plus 1, ma'am?
That's what I was telling all the while, no, Sneha? You were not in the meeting?
Ma'am, we are here.
What happened? You were not listening. Okay, I'll repeat it later. Let me finish it and then tell you. Now what is this 45? 45 is n. 45 is n, the number of terms. Minus, what is the 7? It's an mth term from behind. Plus 1. Plus 1. That's what you see here. The mth term from the end. So so you get, this is the third. What is this 45 minus 7? 38 plus 1, the 39th term. So you get that number 39 from this. So the mth term from the end, is nothing but the n minus m plus 1th term from the end. It's nothing but the n minus m plus 1th term from the end. Sorry, from the beginning. From the beginning. The mth term from behind is nothing but n minus m plus 1th term from the beginning. N is the number of terms, total number of terms, minus m, because you're looking for some 6th term or 7th term from behind. So minus m plus 1. I told you why plus 1. It is this term from the beginning. It is this term from the beginning. So the mth term from the end is nothing but the n minus m plus 1th term from the beginning. So how do you find that term? It is a plus whatever term it is, minus 1 into d. So plus 1 minus 1 cancels. A plus n minus m into d. Now let's find the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end. So it is a plus m minus 1 into d. Oh, I've not written that, is it? Okay. It's a plus m minus 1 into d plus a plus n minus m into d. A plus m minus 1 into d plus a plus n minus m into d. So then gather the a's, a plus a. So see here, a and a plus a, m minus 1 into d and n minus m into d. A plus a is 2a, And here D is common. So out here, M minus 1 plus N minus M in the bracket. See, we have M minus 1 into D plus N minus M into D. So D is common. D is common. So we get M minus 1 plus N minus M. So this gets cancelled. N minus 1 we have. So we get 2A plus N minus 1 into D. And what is that 2A? 2A can be written as A plus A. 2A can be written as A plus A. And then this N minus 1 into D. What is A plus N minus 1 into D? It's L. There's nothing but L. Nth term from the end is L. See, the nth term is L. A plus N minus 1 into D is nothing but L. So it's equal to A plus N. The sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end is A plus L. Just include all this in your working. The mth term from the beginning, that is, it's equal to AM. Just include this is equal to, you can just write it like this, is equal to AM is equal to A plus M minus 1 into D. Just make this correction. And the mth term from the end, is, just put an equal to, after this end, just put an equal to, and right, is equal to the A of N minus M plus 1th term, which is equal to, then write this. Mth term from the end is equal to, write this one, is equal to, yeah, is equal to A N minus M plus 1th term from the beginning, which is equal to A plus N minus M plus 1 minus 1 into D. Then we'll find the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end, which is A plus M minus 1 into D plus A plus N minus M into D. A plus A is 2A, then D common, we get all this. M minus N cancels, N minus 1 into D. 2A is A plus A, and A plus N minus 1 into D is nothing but L. So the sum of the mth term from the beginning and mth term from the end is A plus L. Okay, so see here. Have you included these steps?
1 minute, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, that's it, time up. All right, so let's do it again, children. See here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, say, okay. Now, if you're looking for the 6th term from behind, 6th term from, see, I've written numbers from 1 to 38. So let's say that there are 38 terms. There are 38 terms in this AP. You're looking for the 6th term from behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 6th term from behind. If you do 38 minus 6, you get 32. No, but no, not 32. 32 is not the 6th term from the end. 33. So you need to subtract 6 and add 1. Or okay, you subtract 6. What do you get? 32. To that you add 1. 33rd term. The 33rd term is the 6th term from behind. It's the 33rd term from the beginning. It is the 6th term from behind. If you're looking for the 6th term from behind, 6th term from behind, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 33rd term is the 6th term from behind. Okay, so 38 minus 6. You're looking for the 6th term from behind, so minus 6, 32. No, not 32, plus 1. 33rd term is the 6th term from behind, but it is the 33rd term from, meaning from the beginning. From the beginning, it is the 33rd term, but from behind, it is the 6th term.
Got it, ma'am.
Very good. If we are looking for the 10th term from behind, the 10th term from behind, 38 minus 10, you get 28. But 28th term is not the 10th term from behind. You should add 1. The 29th term will be the 10th term from behind. The 29th term will be the 10th term from behind and the 29th term from the beginning. From the beginning, it will be the 29th term. See here, 29, 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10th term from behind is the 29th term. Forwards, from the beginning, it is the 29th term. From the end, it is the 10th term. Okay, so now see here, the mth term from the beginning, the mth term from the beginning is equal to am, which is a plus m minus 1 into d. Now the mth term from behind or from the end is equal to which term from the beginning? Is equal to which term from the beginning? The mth term from behind is which term from the beginning? So how do you subtract the total number of terms? N minus whichever term you want. You want the mth term from behind, no? So minus m plus 1. The total number of terms minus whichever term you want from behind. So mth term you want from behind plus 1. It is this term from the beginning. It is this term from the beginning. It is the mth term from behind. But it is n minus m plus 1th term from the beginning. So you're looking from, so mth term from the end is equal to a n minus m plus 1th term from the beginning. You can still write it like this. Mth term from the end is equal to n minus m plus 1th term from the beginning. All right. So now a n minus m plus 1 is equal to a plus whatever term you want minus 1 into d. Or whichever term you want from the beginning, minus 1 into d. So now we'll have to add the sum of the mth term from the beginning, mth term from beginning, and mth term from behind, or from the end is equal to a plus m minus 1 into d plus a plus n minus, this gets cancelled, n minus m into d. So when you add, you get 2a plus m minus 1 plus n minus m into d, common. This gets cancelled. So 2a plus n minus 1 into d. 2a can be written as a plus n minus 1 into d. And this n minus 1 into d is nothing but L. So a plus L. So we proved that the sum of the mth term from the beginning and the mth term from the end is equal to a plus n. I'll just correct this slide. Not this is correct, but I'll make it more clear. I'll make the slide more clear. I'll do the corrections and share it on WhatsApp. I'll try to do it by today. You can make the corrections later. You can make the changes later. All right, the next one. The sums of the n terms of three APs are S1, S2, S3. The sums of n terms of three APs are S1, S2, S3. The first term of each is unity. That means 1 is unity, meaning 1. The first term of each of the APs is 1. And the common difference is that 1, 2, 3 respectively. And you'll have to prove that S1 plus S3 is equal to twice S2. All right, first let's write the three sums. Now what is S1? S1. Yeah, what is S1? S1 is the sum to n terms of an AP. S1 is the sum to n terms of an AP whose first term is 1 and whose common difference is also 1. Okay, see here. For S1, A is 1. For S1, A is 1 and common difference is 1. For S2, A is 1, but common difference is 2. For S3, A is 1 and D is 3. Do we understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So there are three different APs. There are three different APs. The first term of all the APs is 1, is unity. That means 1. A is 1 everywhere. Then what about the common difference? The common difference of the first one is 1, second one is 2, third one is 3. What is S1? It's the sum to n terms. See, the sums of n terms for all the three APs, we are finding the sum to n terms only. For all the three APs, we are finding the sum to n terms. All right. So the sum to n terms of the first AP is called S1. The sum to n terms of the second AP is called S2. The sum to n terms of the third AP is called S3. I hope we understand the information given. Let's do it again. Let's write them again. We have three different arithmetic progressions. For all the three, the first term is unity. That means 1. The common difference of the first one is 1, of the second one is 2, of the third one is 3. For all the three APs, we have to write the sum to n terms. It's a sum to n terms for all the three APs. The sum to n terms of this AP is called S1. The sum to n terms of this AP is called S2. The sum to n terms of this AP is called S3. Now with this information, we have to prove that S1 plus S3 is equal to twice S2. So now what is S1? It is a sum of the n terms of the first AP. So what is the first AP? What is the first AP? First term is 1, common difference is 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Correct? The first term is 1, the common difference is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So S1 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 6 goes on to n terms. What is S2? S2 is the sum to n terms of the second AP. What is the second AP? 1. Then common difference is 2. So 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. So S2 is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9, so on to n terms. And what is the third AP? The first term is 1. The common difference is 3. So 4, 1 plus 3, 4, plus 3, 7, plus 3, 10, like this to n terms. So S3 is equal to 1 plus 4 plus 7 plus 10 up to n terms. Okay, now we'll do whatever they expect us to do. We'll have to find S1 plus S3. So we have expressed, we have written out what S1, S2, S3 are. Now we need to find S1 plus S3. What is S1 plus S3? S1 plus S3. So S1 is this one, S3 is this one. So how do you find the sum here? N by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So n by 2, this is n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1, n is n only, n minus 1 into d plus S3 is n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d, d is 3. Now simplify this, you get this and this one when you simplify. And then 2 minus 1 is 1, so you get n plus 1. And here when you simplify, you get 3n minus 1. Now n by 2 is common. N by 2 is common. So you get this in bracket, again plus 1 minus 1 cancels. 3n plus n is 4n. And on simplifying, cancelling and all that, you get 2n squared. So S1 plus S3 is 2n squared. Now let's find twice S2. 2 times S2. 2 times S2 is equal to 2 times n by 2 of 2a. See this one, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which is 2. So when you work that, you get, this gets cancelled. So 2n squared. So what is 1? What is this one? 2n squared. What is 2? 2n squared. So from 1 and 2, S1 plus S2 is, S1 plus S3 is 2n squared. 2s2 is 2n squared. So from 1 and 2, S1 plus S3 is equal to twice S2. Is it clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, children. So we'll do it again here. So what is the first AP? What is the first AP? 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So then what is S1? N by 2 of 2a. What is 2a? 2 into 1 plus n minus 1 into d, which is 1. So what do we get? N by 2 of 2 plus multiply n into 1, n minus 1 into 1 is minus 1, n minus 1. So you get n by 2 of n plus 1. What is AP3? Yeah, what is AP3?
One comma.
Yeah, 1 comma.
Four.
4.
Four.
Yeah, and so on. Now what is S3? Sum to n terms of this AP, n by 2 of 2a. What is a?
Ma'am, isn't it 10, ma'am? 1, 4, 7, 10.
Oh, sorry, 10, 10. Yeah, thank you, Ananya. N by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1. N is n only, minus 1 into d, which is 3. N by 2 2 into 1 is 2. You could use a simple bracket. Plus, you'll have to multiply. 3 into n is 3n minus 3. Simplifying the bracket, 3n minus 1. Now, next, what should you do, children? Next, what?
Find S2, ma'am.
Before that, shall we do S1 plus
S1.
S3? Shall we do that?
S3.
S1 plus S. Yeah, we'll do S1 plus S3. Tell me what is S1 plus S3?
n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d. Ma'am, 2 into 1 plus n minus 1.
1 n plus 1, ma'am.
That's Sneha, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Then n by 2 into n plus 1, then
Plus n by 2, 3n minus 1.
yeah. Next, n by 2 is common.
Take it out. Take it
Yeah.
out, ma'am.
Yeah.
N plus 1,
1,
3n minus 1. Plus 3n minus 1.
minus 1 cancel into 4n.
Then 2 ones are 2 twos are. So 2n square is equal to 2n square.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so we'll have this result. We'll have this result. Now let's find S2, or we'll directly find 2S2. For that, what is AP2? What is AP2? 1. Unity is the first term. Then the common difference is 2. That means
1, 3, 5,
goes on like
7.
this. Yeah.
Yes.
Now what is 2 times S2? 2 into
n by 2 into 2 into 1 plus n minus 1 into 2.
Yeah. So this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So we'll get n into, in the bracket, 2 plus 2n minus 2. That's equal to 2n minus 2 cancel. Yeah,
2n square.
2n square. So this is result 2. So from 1 and 2, you can see from 1 and 2, it's very clear that S1 plus S3 is equal to 2 times S2. Yes or no, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
Yes,
ma'am.
All right, children. You may take a screenshot of this one. Just in case you want to work like this in practice. Yeah. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, children. Now this may look very lengthy, but it's very, very simple. It just looks lengthy, but it's very simple. It's very algebraic. If the pth, now this is, very unlikely to be asked because it's very lengthy. But again, we have to be safe, so we'll do it. It's very simple also. It's very unlikely, that this question will appear because I think it's very laborious. So anyways, but don't neglect it. So the two subdivisions are completely independent. The two subdivisions are independent. It's not that they should ask you 1 and only then 2. Sometimes they'll ask you only 1 or only 2. 2 can be asked independently. They'll give you this information and ask you to find only 2 or only 1. So like that, maybe it will happen for 4 marks. Can't say. So they're independent. It's not that you should get one answer to work 2. Not like that. And the second one can be asked first and the first one second also. Okay, so that way they're completely independent. So if the pth, qth and rth terms, if the pth, qth and like you say the 4th, 5th and 6th terms, the 4th, 5th and 6th terms, like that the pth, qth and rth terms of an AP are A, B, C respectively. Okay, so the pth term is A, the qth term is B, and the rth term is C. Then you'll have to prove these results. Okay. Now, the pth term is A. The pth term is A. The pth term is A. Now, I have called the first term as A and common difference as D, capital letters, because we already have A here. See, we already have A here. So it'll get mixed up if you use the first term as A. If you use the first term as small letter A, it'll get mixed up. So just to differentiate, we're using capital letter A, and capital letter D. Though D is not here, since we've used capital letter A, we are going with capital letter D. Now the pth term is A, meaning A plus P minus 1 into D is equal to A. The pth term is A, meaning A plus P minus 1 into D is A. See this, capital A and capital D. A plus P minus 1 because the pth term. So P minus 1 into D is equal to A. Or you can write it the other way. A is equal to, you can also write it the other way. A is equal to A plus P minus 1 into D. Okay. Now look at the result which we have to prove. A into Q minus R. So they are multiplying A with Q minus R. See here, A into Q minus R. So we'll also do the same thing. Okay, so we'll multiply this equation by Q minus R on both the sides. So why? That's what we see here, A into Q minus R. So we'll do the same thing, multiplying both the sides by Q minus R. So A into Q minus R is equal to this one into Q minus R. This one into Q minus R. How many terms are there? How many terms are here? There is one term here. There is one term here, separated by a plus sign. There are two terms. Okay, so you'll have to multiply each of the terms with Q minus R. So A with Q minus R, this one with Q minus R, and this one with Q minus R. Okay, so this is how it looks. A into Q minus R, capital A into Q minus R, and this one into Q minus R. See here, P minus 1 into Q minus R into D. All right. So now this one will come as it is, A into Q minus R as it is. Okay, simplification is done only here. Only here simplification is done. What simplification? We just multiply. We open the bracket. So how do you do that? P into P. See, it's multiplication of these two. These two are in multiplication. It's P minus 1 into Q minus R. So P into Q. PQ minus PR minus Q plus R into D. So we found A into Q minus R. Now the next one, the qth term is B and the rth term is C. So qth term is B, rth term is C. That means A into Q minus 1 into D is B and A into rth term, A plus R. Sorry, I don't know what I said. 1 minute. The qth term is B and the rth term is C. The qth term meaning A plus Q minus 1 into D. Rth term is A plus R minus 1 into D is equal to B is equal to C. So that means B is equal to, we're just writing it, exchanging the sides. So B is equal to A plus Q minus 1 into D and C is equal to A plus R minus 1 into D. Now B is multiplied with R minus P and C is multiplied with P minus Q. So do the same thing, multiplying B with R minus P on both the sides, multiplying not B, this equation, multiplying this equation by R minus P on both the sides. And then multiplying this equation by P minus Q on both the sides. Because here it is B into R minus P. We have B here. Should multiply that with R minus P. C into P minus Q. We have C here. So we should multiply that with P minus Q. So when you do that, multiply every term with R minus P, B into R minus P, A into R minus P, and this one also into R minus P. Similarly, on the other side, we have C into P minus Q. Then this one, A into P minus Q plus R minus 1 into P minus Q into D. I told you there are three terms. One, two, three terms. You should multiply each of them with, whatever. Here by P minus Q and here by R minus P. So again, simplification is only here. R into P is PR. R into Q minus QR minus P plus Q. You know that. Now, after getting this, now next what is it? What is it here? You should add everything. A into Q minus R plus B into R minus P plus C into P minus Q. So we need to add these results. We have the result for A into Q minus R. We have the result for B into R minus P. And we have the result for C into P minus Q. Add these three results. Add these three results. This is A into Q minus R. All right. So now we'll have to add these three equations. So on adding, what do you get? So you'll get A into Q minus R plus B into R minus P plus C into P minus Q is equal to, you'll have to add all these terms which are in the right hand side. So I've written 1 plus 2 plus 3 gives. I just showed you what you should write here is equal to the RHS. In the RHS, what I've done, all the A's I've written first and then the D's. All the A's I've written first. All the A's meaning all these A's. This one. I've written this one. All the A's, this one, and this one first. You can see here. You can see here I've written those A terms first, followed by the D terms. D terms are this one. This is a D term, this is a D term, this is a D term. So when you add the three results, you get these are the A terms and these are the D terms. Now A and D is common. A and D common. See here, A is common. A is common here. So take out A and write Q minus R, R minus P, and P minus Q in the bracket. So they all get cancelled. They all get cancelled, become 0A. Again here, the D part, there are three terms with D. So D is common. Write all these terms in the bracket. Yeah. So take out A and D common and they'll all get cancelled. So you'll get 0A and 0D, which is nothing but 0. Zero A into 0D, which is nothing but 0. Similar children, the second one is similar, so I'm not doing that. The second one is similar. It's A minus B into R, B minus C into P, C minus A into Q. So what do we have to do? A minus B. How will you get A minus B? How will you get that result A minus B? Yeah. How will you get the result A? See, you need to first perform A minus B and then multiply with R. So how do you perform A minus B? This is A, this is A, this is B. You should subtract A and B, A minus B. So see here, A minus B is equal to A minus B. See here, this A minus this B is equal to. So you can see the first part here, the second part here. a plus p minus 1 into d plus a plus q minus 1 into d. A plus p minus 1 into d, a plus q minus 1 into d. It's a minus b, children, so the signs change. The signs change because it's subtraction. It's a minus b. It's a minus b, children. So this is a minus b. So the terms, see here, b is what? A plus q minus 1 into d. So it will become minus a minus q1 minus 1 into d. So perform a minus b and then multiply that result with r. That is what is a minus b into r. A minus b into r means subtract a and b, a minus b, and then to that result you should multiply by r. So on subtracting a and b, this is what we get, minus b it is. So the signs will change here. So a minus b is something like this. A minus b into r. So multiply that by r. Do the same thing for b minus c into p and c minus a into q. And then you need to add the three results and show that it's equal to 0. You need to add the three results and show that it's equal to 0. You get it very easily. All right. So here we are given the ratio of the sum to m terms to the sum to n terms. The ratio of the sum to m terms to the sum to n terms is m square by n square. M square by n square. With this information, we need to find the ratio of the mth term to the nth term. We have to find the ratio of the mth term to the nth term. Okay, so we need to always work with the condition given to us. What is given? We are given Sm by Sn is equal to m square by n square. So we'll work with that condition. We'll work with that condition. So see here. Sm means m by 2 2a plus m minus 1 into d. Sn means n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to m square by n square. 2 gets cancelled. Then we have m by n here. It will go to the other side as n by n. Reciprocal. 2 and 2 cancels, I said. Then write the remaining m by n. M by n goes to the other side as n by m. And you can simplify. M times n times, so m by n. M by n. M by n. Is it understood so far, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children. Very good. Now cross multiply. At this stage, cross multiply. This is what you get on cross multiplying. Then when you multiply the n and m inside the bracket, you get 2an. Multiply the n here. So it'll become mn minus n into d is equal to 2am plus multiply by m. So mn minus m into d. You just multiply m with the terms inside the bracket. That's enough. So far understood, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. So now multiply 2an and then m into d is md. M into d is md. You can also multiply. I have not multiplied here because anyways we are going to group the d's. We are anyways going to group the d's. So I have not multiplied by d. Even if you multiply later, you will take out d common. That's all. Even if you multiply now, later you will take out d common. You know that when you're working with AP, you should take out a and d common always. A and D common, you will always gather the A terms and the D terms. You will always gather the A terms and the D terms. Okay, so I'm just multiplying by n, 2an, m into n, mn, minus 1 into n, n into d is equal to 2am plus mn minus m into d. Now take everything to one side. Take everything to one side. Here a is common. In fact, 2a is common. 2a is common. Bring it out, n minus m plus. Here d is common. See, here d is common. mn minus n minus mn plus n is equal to 0. Minus mn plus n, mn gets cancelled. Okay, then what's remaining? 2a n minus m. This gets cancelled. So you get m minus n into d is equal to 0. Now you know that n minus m can be written as minus of m minus n. N minus m can be written as minus of m minus n. So you can see that in the next step, minus m minus n. Minus m minus n. And then all this as it is equal to 0. Now divide by m minus n throughout. Divide each term by m minus n. Now this term has m minus n, divide by m minus n. This term has m minus n, divide by m minus n. This one also we should divide by m minus n. When you divide, cancels. Yeah, m minus n cancels and you get minus 2a plus d is equal to 0. 0 by m minus n is 0. Or it's nothing but d is equal to 2a. D is equal to 2a. So we get something like this. That's also we stop there. Now we need to find am by an. Am by an is equal to a plus m minus 1 into d by a plus n minus 1 into d. Now we know that d is equal to 2a. So let's substitute that. We know d is 2a. So substitute. Take away this d. Or you can cancel d also here. One second, children. Yeah, children, sorry. Yeah. So here we have got d is equal to 2a. So use that, using 1, d is equal to 2a. Use that, multiply 2a inside, 2am minus 2a by, again, 2an minus 2a. So 2am minus 2a plus a is minus a. Minus 2a plus a is minus a. Now a is common. A is common. Take it out. 2m minus 1. A common. 2n minus 1. A cancels. Am by an. That is the ratio of the mth term to the nth term is 2m minus 1 by 2n minus 1. I think till here I've shared the answers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll do this one. Yeah, you go through this one. We'll do this part in the next class. The second part I did not, I just told you how to go about. I didn't explain because I told you how it is done, similar to the first one. So go through this, we'll do this in the next class. And this one also will repeat it in the next class. It's time now. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.